This is a lemon cucumber. This is a table full of cucumbers that we, the kids, picked in about an hour. And we still have more out there. See? More buckets. I picked all these beans. And there's a couple of tomatoes. But there is so much produce from our garden in one day. And there's still so more, especially beans. There's some more beans. Like, this was one row and you have like 8 rows. Maybe I should for this year. Because last year people liked a lot. But yeah, it's a lot of produce. So here are the rest of our produce. Look at the little tomatoes. We got this squash. The rest are from. Hey Mom, where are these other squashes from? These things? What are those from? Yeah, those are from our aunt. And here's some tomatoes, or our tomatoes, and a couple stray lemon cucumbers. Banana pepper. Some beans. And ooh, here's a really cool tomato. Here. This is a red zebra. They're quite cool. These came from Ernesto's garden. And here are our violet sparkles. They are a pepper that's doing the best with a cucumber. Some pickles, lots of pickles.
Red.
Yeah, and that one's red for some reason. It's cool.
They're normally orange when they're overripe. These are red.
But,
That's a
yeah, we've been
tomato.
making these pickles. Having a
And
good
a
time with
tomato
our
pile.
garden. Okay, so we are trying our one peach we've gotten this year, and we'll get. It's pretty good. The fell off the tree, right? Okay, so it is time to do the garden update. We're doing pickles with this. Hello. So that's our cousin Mason. He's cutting Ernesto's hair. And Mason has been staying here for a while and helping a lot. Anyway, here's our first little garden. It's mostly a flower garden. Though pretty much none of it is bloomed right now. There's a vinca. I can't remember what that's called, but it's another relative. And this, we have no idea what it is. This is what it looks like when it's bloomed. And if you know what it is, tell us in the comments. There's marigold, the zinnia that is bloomed, some concrete crocodile things we got from our grandpa, some mint, and then these are real turtle shells we found. So there's our first garden. Okay, this is Ernesto's garden. Want to show us some stuff?
Well, the newest things in here, this cucumber plant, which,
Took the place of his pea.
yeah, and covered the leaf now. And there's that, and then my tomatoes started producing, but are now.
He has a whole bunch of tomatoes right there. There's a red zebra.
Oh no!
What? Got eaten. There's some sort of bug on it. Doesn't look like a good bug.
No, that's just grew like that.
Just grew like that?
Like,
Oh, it did. That's not
That's-
eatable. Huh. Cool. That's what a red zebra looks like, everybody. They're cool tomatoes.
and there's the Ricenia plant, which got covered in tomatoes.
But is still doing well. Didn't it get completely eaten by a rabbit or something?
No, the groundhog thing.
Oh yeah, that was the groundhog thing. Which, I'll just go to this trap, which he caught how many things in it now?
I've caught in a groundhog.
I'm not sure entirely sure if it was a groundhog.
Well, a relative to a groundhog.
Some sort of rodent.
And I've caught a lot of rats. At
Yeah.
least over 5.
Yeah, it was like something.
And
like
I've
that.
caught a bunny.
Oh yeah, and the bunny. I forgot about
But I
that.
let it go in the forest because it wasn't doing
Thought you know.
Okay.
Anyway.
There's a sunflower, which heads all
It's seen
dry.
better days. Here's some pictures of it in its prime.
And there's my little pepper plant.
Yep.
That pepper
Little
plant
jalapeno.
still alive, even though
Whoa.
it got covered in weeds and sticks. Because I piled the sticks here for some reason.
To give him shade, that's what he said. And then
Yeah.
here is Ernesto's tomato. One of them.
Whoops.
Uh-oh, he is from the trap. And then it's super long and skinny.
It has a tomato, finally!
It has a tomato.
Pink bumblebee.
It has a tomato. Yeah, and it's a pink bumblebee, which is a very interesting little tiny pinkish tomato. And then, what is that?
That is a small watermelon. Yeah, I have no idea what kind though.
Yeah, he put a whole bunch of watermelons and squash right in this general area. All the squash died, which all the squash in the big garden died, and my garden, and a whole bunch in the field that reseeded themselves from like squashes we grew through to chickens and stuff. Squashes are not doing good this year in the slightest. It is just not a good squash year. Last year it was the opposite. It was like squashes were like the best thing. But anyway, your watermelons are survived and they are everywhere.
Oh, anyway, that's my garden.
Thanks, Resto. See ya. We are now at my garden. This is a back view from the May update. I had a whole bunch of corn here, which I harvested, and here's what it looks like. And this corn is still here, which I've harvested some. And I'm not going to show you what they look like so I don't spoil it, but I'm going to pick one. Let's see which one looks the most ready. Let's just pick this one. I don't know if I've picked it off any of this one. Okay, I'm going to shuck it back here. Or maybe not. But these corn are called glass gem. And if you know what that kind of corn is, it's an Indian kind of corn. Same with my other one. And they're more decorative, but they can be used for flour or popcorn. And they are so pretty. Multicolored. And they have so many different patterns that even I don't know what this one's going to look like. Here in the way. Looks like this one gets pollinated super great, but yeah, look at that. That's cool. Anyway, so we're past that now. Here's some sunflowers that I grew, which this is all bagged and grass, just like the big garden. I had a lot more stuff in here, but most of it did not survive. Like this spot right here was all squash, and it died, like I told you. But yeah. So this is my pepper plant. It's called Alessia, which is supposed to be the sweetest on earth, or supposedly, I guess. They're still green. They haven't ripened yet, but I'm excited. And all these are moss roses, or Portulaca, I think is how you pronounce it. They're all reseeded from a single yellow plant from last year, that I grew last year. And somehow some of them turned white. Oh, but except this red one. This red one I got from Home Depot. And then just my collection of pots and stuff. Here's another one of those flowers. I can't remember what they're called. Those two as well. And these moss roses were not under the trellis in here on purpose, but I never got to transplant them. Here is a little flower. It's called a willow amaranth. And then here's my vincas that died. I think vinca season's over, honestly. And then over here is my tomato. It's just a regular red tomato. It's my only one that survived. I had this whole trellis, just tomatoes on either side, and I planted them way too close together. But that's not why they did, because they all died when they were like that tall. Oh, he's a feedback. But they all died when they were like that tall. Because the storm blasted them out, and they didn't get enough water, or I don't know. But I'm going in these spots here. I'm going to transplant some suckers from the tomatoes that we pulled out of the big garden, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And then this trellis I'm going to do peas on. Oh, speaking of which, over there, I'm hopefully going to do some fall stuff, because we need to plant it soon. And then this is my red lettuce plant. The base is here that went to seed, because it's September, and I planted it in like what? Oh. And here's another one. I planted that one really late as an experiment, just not good here. And then this is all grass, because literally nothing over here sprouted. If you remember from the May update, I had planted all like vegetables, like brassicas and stuff, and peas on the trellis, and nothing came up, not even a single sprout. And well, I've had the room for everything else I wanted so far, so I just haven't really taken care of that much. Just guess I have my own personal lawn. It's actually quite soft. So yeah, here's my garden. Okay, so this is one you saw right here, the lost gems. And now we'll check these ones. Show the inside. Number 2. So our corn hasn't been super well either so far. You can see that, right? Okay. This isn't the rest of the corn, it's just corn. Huh. Well, that's like just the middle. There's no inside. And this one I thought was like that, so I checked it a little bit. So it seems to have just gotten right there. Because the Japanese beetles, which are a huge nuisance here, they chew off the corn stalks, which are actually the female flower of corn. So the tops, which are those top things, which are the male flowers, they can't really get to each kernel, because each kernel has a hair, a female flower, and if once it's pollinated, it can grow. But looks like the Japanese beetles chewed off most of the hair on this one. There we go, that's a good one. Yeah, that was more of a blue and pink theme. It's cool. Oh boy. Top's all bad. Of course. just so you know, these aren't all like this. Yay! That was like this. This is what they're supposed to look like. Full of kernels and beautifully glorious. I was always about to say that. Anyway. So yeah, that's my corn. Can't get the latch, okay. Here is the garden. There's these arches with the beans. There's this really pretty flower one, which is called red coat. This one is called sunset. They're pretty. Got lots of beans on this side. That's a Kentucky Wonder, I think, or something like that. And here's more sunset. Here's our raised beds for each kid that we never really ended up doing. Got so much else to do. Here's a tripod with a Vinca that is dead now. And then there's a row of beans. I could pick one to show you. Maybe just show you the picture if I can't find one. Here's the picture anyway. But anyway, these are called tongues of fire. They are... Ooh, grasshopper. Okay, whatever. Anyway, they have these like red streaks on them. This is very good compared to the picture. And here's another row of beans. This one's called dragon beans. This is sunset right here. But they have purple. You see that? They're like yellow with purple, and tongues of fire are green with red. They're cool. Anyway, here's our tomatoes. Our tomatoes have not been doing good this year. They're mostly rotting. Why is there a stink bug on here? Because it's been so wet or humid or what, I don't know. But tomatoes don't do super well here. And here's another row of tomatoes. And this is called Brad's Atomic Grape. They're super multicolored, supposedly. I mean, they are pretty multicolored. But not as much as we thought they would be. And they're way bigger, too. And we've been smashing the zinnia because it's been so big. This one, too. Because we have to get the grill cut through somehow. Which is our cart we use for gardening and stuff. And here are our beans, more beans, and some peppers. These are some pepper plants. So our jalapenos are right here, some hot peppers. More cucumbers. There's more beans, more peppers, and then this plant right here is called Violet Sparkle. They start like greenish, and they get more yellow, and then they get more purple, and then eventually they get like the ones that you saw in the video. The first video. Oh yeah, those are pretty purple. And sometimes they get red. And then these are called Sugar Rush Peaches. Peach peppers. Sugar Rush peach peppers. Supposedly they're super sweet but also spicy, and they're peach colored. That one's not ready yet. We haven't gotten any yet, and we're excited. And oh, and I left our gloves in here. I'll pick those up. Anyway, here's some more beans. Those ones haven't done as well. And here's our 2 remaining nasturtiums. Oh wait, no, 3. There's one right in there, being swallowed by the marigold. And this, I think, is a cosmos that I planted, but I'm like 90% sure it is. And then here's another row of beans. And this one marigold plant is humongous. It already swallowed up a petunia plant that was right there. And then it's overtaking this nasturtium right here too. This is some lemon basil. It smells really, really good. Tastes kind of like cough drops. And it's 2 plants. It's a lot. And bees really like it. They're quite pretty. Here's a marigold. That'd be from seed. And if you wondered what these rows right here are all what we're planting falsif in. other than that dill, which we haven't harvested yet. But this board is to keep the carrots that we planted underneath it moist. I don't know if we've planted underneath it yet. But we're going to put I think we're going to put a trellis here. It says yellow scallop. Oh, because we're doing a fall squash. And here's another huge marigold plant. And another marigold. It's pretty cool. And another marigold. We really like marigolds. And supposedly they repel bugs, but there's so many bugs here that don't really take care of it. And then here. So, we had a row of tomatoes here, but we took down that. So they weren't doing good at all. And for planting fall stuff. And this whole cucumber trellis was cucumbers, but now it's just half. And we're planting, I think, peas on the other half. Yep. And we're doing peas on this one as well. And then more fall stuff over here. We're in the process of putting grass down on these bags, these chicken feed bags. Anyway, here's some more tomatoes, mostly Romas, given to us by a very nice neighbor. They're doing really good. And here's some more cucumbers, another marigold, another big zinnia. Okay, so this cucumber right here, it is called Richmond Green Apple, and they are quite cool. Let's see if I can get a big one. So this one's pretty good, but they're like just balls. They're cool. And then over here is Armenian cucumbers, which are actually melons. They are super long and skinny, and last year we had one that looked like a unicorn because of the vine that wrapped around it. And we have a row of peppers here. You can't really tell very much, but there's pepper, there's pepper. That one, I don't know what it is. And then there's a banana pepper somewhere up there too. Oh, right there. Oh, and of course, here's another arch of beans. These ones, this side is called Marvel of Venice, and they're like a sauteing bean. And they have bright purple seeds, and sunset ones have bright pink. They look like bubblegum. And this side is called Cherokee Trail of Tears, I think. They honestly don't taste very good. Here, at least. This time. I don't know if something's wrong with them, or that's just how they normally taste like. But anyway, here's another marigold. And then I think that's it. We've done a lot of work on this garden. Oh, and this weed mat here. We put grass on it, but this rain keeps washing it out. But yeah, there we go. Here is the comfrey garden. We haven't been taking as much care of it, because comfrey can take care of itself pretty much. But they're huge now. And then here we had our garlic and our onions, which we harvested both of. And here were our potatoes. And we harvested those as well. I've had a lot of garden success here lately. So remember when in the May update I showed a garden that we said we were going to plant stuff in, and I said it was a melon garden? Well, now we did. So, this is our watermelons, which have been going crazy, our okra, which I think may have broken now. I don't know. But this is more of the fall stuff now. I'm just trying out. And this is corn. It's doing much better than my spring corn. And look at this. This one's purple. And this corn, which it's a yellow, it's a white sweet corn, but once you get to the middle, the core, or whatever you call that, it is bright purple. It's called Martian something here. Martian Jewels. And here's more of our melons. Oh, another reason the squashes are all of our squashes have died is because of squashes. And then here's some more corn. And here is our two remaining squashes. They are pumpkins, Jack B. Littles, which are teeny tiny little baby pumpkins. And they have finally bloomed. We might just get more than one squash this year. Which that squash I showed you. Oh, there's another squash, but that one we don't think is gonna live. But anyway, that squash I showed you was from one of those plants in the big garden. That died a while ago, and everything on it rotted, so all of our zucchinis and stuff. So, now we're over by the pig pen, where Gimli and Rosie used to be. Which Rosie is down in the stable, and Gimli is across the creek. I'll show you that in the next video. In September. But anyway, here we have our squashes that have reseeded from things we chucked to the pigs. They're doing much better than all of our ones this year. Which of course is out this year, but they seem to be some sort of mix between like spaghetti squash and zucchini or something. We can't figure it out, but it looks like that. We're excited to see what they are.